contest jam. This is going to be a test. Because, let's try something different, shall we? Because the speech was different. So, I'm going to try not to go with the CRC, and I'm going to try and share my experience about the speech, because it was an integrated speech which had elements of everything. The content, the delivery. So let me break it down in that way. First thing is the concept. The concept that you brought in was one long story with a lot of scenes in it. Two main characters and a bit of role players. And unlike a lot of the stories that we have heard, where you have a third party guru coming in to give the lesson, you yourself realized it. You see how this is very different, right? That is why I said let me start by that. So, different concept, interesting concept. And then, a lot of people might ask the question, one long story, multiple scenes, wouldn't that lose the interest in the audience? I think you did well there as well, because your delivery was very conversational. You came closer to the audience and you were talking to people, you were making eye contact. You were asking them questions, getting involved. And also, the other thing that made this whole difference interesting is that you had the internal dialogue. Throughout the speech, you were reflecting on your thoughts. This is what I thought to myself, this is what I told myself, this is what. Even at the points that you were going through the suffering, even the dilemma where you were trying to figure out, should I stay with him or go? Even at the point of rebuilding yourself, it is always an internal dialogue. This is different. This needs to be appreciated. And that is what kept me interested throughout. However, let us go back to your words. What are your words? We need to break to grow. So let's break this down and see how we can improve this. When it is a single long story with many scenes, one disadvantage I saw in the speech was the fact that your stage movements were a little disorganized. You kept walking throughout and you had a relatively flat vocal variation. What do I mean by that? You had a little bit of intonation, you paused a little bit, but that was just consistent throughout. Because your story had two very extreme emotional ends. The beginning half, almost the first three-quarters of it was an emotional downer where you were telling about your suffering and everything. And then there was the turnaround that you picked yourself up and came. So in that moment, you continued with the same rhythm, the same intonation and everything. So that is where I would like you to break. See, a great speech does not need tens and tens of great things in it. You just need to identify those critical turning points and give them life. Use the stage for those critical points. Use your vocal variation for those critical points. And then, no matter what I say, you will always be good enough. All the best.